Hey there. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so sorry about that noise. How are you doing today? I certainly hope that all is well with you today. I'm about to start my workday today, having my coffee, of course. As much as I've had this discussion about not having coffee, I am obviously losing the battle. And so I thought that I would just give in and just set a schedule for how many cups of coffee I will have in a day. And so this is my one cup of coffee that I get to cherish for the day. But I wanted to have a conversation with you this morning about um, first things first and really about living life on your own terms. And in order for us to live life on our own terms, the very first thing that we have to do is to know what those terms are. When we talk about living life on our own terms, one of the things that I always encourage my clients to do is to determine if the terms that they have set in their minds as their terms are actually their thoughts, or if these are the thoughts of other people that have been deposited in them. And so, because other people have said things like, oh, you'd be great at that, or you should consider a particular career, they've gone into these fields and consider it their best life. But living life on your terms really means that you're taking a look at exactly what your terms are. What are the ways that you are swallowing? What are the ways that you are putting down what you want to make other people happy? What are the ways that you are showing up in your relationships, or showing up on your jobs, or showing up in your networking organizations, showing up authentically as the person that you are? And so, in order for us to really live life on our own terms, first and foremost, we must consider what our own terms are. We must deprogram ourselves from what society, friends, family, lovers, everybody else has said to us, and really sift through what we believe is right for us. Another one of my clients that we're helping work through a situation has a, I would say, an affinity for being liked and belonging and not wanting other people to dislike him. Actually, it's a man. And so, as a result of him wanting to be liked, he makes decisions that will make other people happy, but don't necessarily, or not even necessarily, don't even make him happy at all. And so we are living our lives, and we're living our lives to please other people. And in the process, we're swallowing. In the process, we are unhappy. In the process, it's like we're giving up ourselves in order for somebody else to benefit and for somebody else to be happy. And so I want to talk to you about, once you've discovered what living life on your own terms looks like, I want to ask you to now put first things first. Absolutely. Because once you've discovered that you want to, hey, LJ Gray, how was that trip in Paris, girl? I saw your beautiful photos and I was just wishing that I was in Paris with you guys. Hopefully, next year I'll catch a trip. First things first, let's come back to that conversation. Now, what are you focused on this week? We're at Thursday, June 16th. What are you focused on this week that is taking you in the direction of living your best life or accomplishing your big vision goal for your life? What are the things that you focus on? And type them in chat for me, type them in the comment section for me so that I can see. Because first things first means that we are prioritizing the things that are most important to us. It's no secret, and John Maxwell really supports it, preaches it, that success is found in our daily actions. And so the things that we do every day are either taking us in the direction of our dreams, or those things are pretty routine and we are just passing time. So success is found in our daily actions. How have you set yourself up for success today? How have you set your success up to be intentional about the actions that you're taking today and every day? Are you setting a to-do list for the day that's that you can reference back to your to-do list for the week, that you can then reference back to your to-do list for the month? Are you really being intentional about crafting the daily action that you need to take once you've decided that you need to live life on your terms? This is where you are, and this is where you need to go. And so the space in between is what we're focused on. How do we get from step A to step Z with our daily actions? Secondly, willpower and discipline are similar, but they're different. Willpower may be something that in the moment we get deep into ourselves. And you know, the term that we use, we're going to dig deep and we're going to find the willpower and we're going to do this thing. It's like a sudden burst of energy, it is an on the spot decision. But willpower is not discipline. Discipline is when you do the things that are necessary, regardless of how you feel emotionally about not wanting to get up and do it. Being disciplined means that you're avoiding distractions. Being disciplined means that you have a focused plan of action that you are actually executing and you're taking action every single day. Being disciplined means that you're making the decisions to make you priority one and to make the steps that you need to take to achieve your goals priority in your life. But in order to create a to do list, in order to create a blueprint or an action plan, you first need to organize your vision. So, as I asked the question, what if you could show up in life doing anything at all? Whether it's something people have told you is not possible, whether it's something that you're currently doing, what is the biggest version of that thing? What is the version of it that actually scares you? That's the vision that you want to work with. The vision that says, wow, this is a massive task that I am trying to undertake. That's the vision I want you to hold on to. And now we have to organize that vision. What is the journey going to look like to achieving this big overall vision? And then we take action on that. I mean, it's as simple as that. As complex as we make goal setting and goal achievement seem, and all the conversations about goal setting, all the conversations about New Year's resolutions, as complex as it sometimes feels, it's actually as simple as identifying what you want, mapping out the journey, and taking action with the understanding that success will be a gradual process. It is a gradual process. And I want you to type it in chat for me. Success is actually staying in your zone of genius or staying in your strength zone 75 to 90% of the time. Real talk. If you are trying to improve in an area and it's not your strength zone, I want you to just try it. Take your pen, put it in your non-dominant hand and try to write a paragraph. And time yourself with writing that paragraph. And then switch hands and put it in your dominant hand and see how much quicker you're able to write the exact same paragraph down. It's because when we are in our strength zones, we're able to dominate in that area and we can actually achieve more. So, when you are looking at accomplishing this big vision, when you are looking at achieving your best life, when you are looking at living life on your own terms, it means that you understand 75 to 90% of your time, of your effort has to be in your strength zone. Success is staying in your strength zone. That's right, Tisha. Thank you so much for that. And I just want to share with you that as somebody who has the ability, and many people are multifunctional. If you're multifunctional, let me know, right? If you can do multiple things, and because you can do it, you do it, but it's not actually your strength zone, it's not going to be as effective as somebody who was created to do that thing doing it. Let's just talk about it for a second. If you've been following my Facebook page, my public page, Dequacity, and if you're not, please go over and give the page a like and follow. If you've been following that page, you would notice a dynamic shift in my social media. Because prior to about a year ago, I was there doing it myself, killing myself out, trying to figure out how to connect, what the words are, what the keywords, and I was just stressing myself out about this social media game because I have the gift of conversation, because I have the gift of connection. But I don't have the gift of social media. I don't have the gift of understanding the algorithms. I don't have the gift of understanding the best times and all of that stuff. No, that was confusing to me. And so I found some people who were really gifted in that area. And so they execute flawlessly in a way that I could never execute. That's what I'm talking about, girl. They execute in a way that I could never, ever, ever execute. And I actually had one of the speakers from the Evolving Woman reach out to me 2 days ago. And he's like, girl, your social media is on point. Nice, clear pictures. Your messaging is resonated. And I'm like, yes, I had to get some support because that's not my zone of genius. My zone of genius is in my programs, teaching, in my coaching, connecting. And so if I could just focus on those particular things and outsource the things that are not in my zone of genius, then I could be more effective and more focused, taking action only in my strength zone. Let's talk about it again from a domestic perspective. I could clean. Yes, I've been taught to, you know you're from the Caribbean. So if you're from the Caribbean, you got your bleach, your Comet, your pine sol, everything you throwing down until you almost fall out, right? Your girl was taught how to clean. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not passionate about you. I am passionate. You're in the same boat, eh? Well, I encourage you to get out that boat, girl. I love the kitchen. I thank you. Thank you for hanging with me today if I'm talking to you, staff. I love the kitchen. And so I will go in the kitchen and I will not feel it at all. I will pre-prepare, I will meal prep, I will cook my family's dinner. It will be effortless. I wouldn't even feel it, bro, because I having such a good time. And my friends will be like, girl, you've been in the kitchen for so long. And I'm like, really? It only feels like an hour. Because that's my strength zone. That's what I love. That's what I'm passionate about. I can cook multiple dishes simultaneously and don't feel it. So when it comes to cleaning my house, I get help because your girl just will. I'm going to take days to do what someone is going to come in here and take hours to do. So, why am I sharing all of that with you? Because we have to understand that we have been gifted in certain areas. And when we have the opportunity to outsource some of the administrative functions or outsource some of the functions relating to the things that we need to execute, especially busy moms who are trying to balance it all. You cannot balance it all. And so if you are in a position to free up your time by planning, financially planning to get some support, it gives you the opportunity to just come down, relax, play with your kids. And so look at your life and see what areas of your life are your strength zones that you enjoy that you can spend 75 to 90% of your time in. And then the next 10%, you outsource to someone who is gifted in that area. The final thing I want to ask you as I wrap up today's live is when you're living life on your terms, there's an important question to ask yourself. And that question is, what's not serving me in the execution, or what's not serving me as I journey towards living life on my own terms? What are the things that aren't serving you? What are the things that are holding you back? What are the self-limiting beliefs that are keeping you shackled? What are the things that are the activities? It could be watching TV consistently. I mean, an hour here and there is fine, but if are you just literally sitting down watching Netflix for hours after hours after hours and making no investment in your own development and your own growth, working on becoming an expert in your niche by practicing, by preparing, like what are you doing that's not serving your future? That's an important question to answer because if you want to live life on your terms and you have this big vision goal, we must identify the things that are not serving us on our journey. And once we identify those things, we have to be willing to release them. Now you may be saying, yeah, Ducasa, yes, Miss Dean, I understand. Yes, it is hard. And I understand that. But here's the thing, pain only lasts for a little while. When you have to release something that's hindering your growth, whether that's a person, whether that's an experience, whether that's an organization, whatever you are releasing that's not serving you well, right? The pain that you have associated with that release is going to be temporary. But the fulfillment that you get months down the road from using that time that you would have been given to that person, that thing, that organization that isn't serving you will yield you better results and position you in a better place. I want to also share with you, hey, Yanis, I'm so grateful that you're here today. And I want to share with you specifically as you are pursuing your dreams and your goals. Do not allow the voices of other people to dictate your actions. If you believe within your heart that what you are doing, what you are executing is what you have been called to do, give it your all. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about people saying, oh, you need to get a traditional job. Don't worry about people saying, oh, she's young. Don't worry about that. All you have to focus on is this gift that God has placed inside of you, this dream, this vision that you have, and map your journey out from how it's going to take you from where you are to building your business into the success that you see it as. And it has to be your success, not the success that your parents see for you, not the success that other people see for you. You have to define that for your business, being successful means having 50 orders or 200 orders, but you have to set what success means for you and be guided by your own success principles. And that message was for Yanis just now, but I'm talking to any individual that's on this live or that will watch this live later. The reality is, other people are afraid of us. They're afraid for two reasons. One, they are afraid because they don't possess the courage to pursue their dreams and their goals. And they want to talk you out of going after your dreams and your goals based on their fears. Sis, that's your fear. Why should I take your fear on? That is your fear. And so when people start to project their fears on us, I want to encourage you to remember that that's their fear. That's the limitation that they have. That's the restriction that they have. And because they fear that thing doesn't mean that you need to fear that thing, because you may embrace fear. You may embrace fear and see it as inspiration, see it as a fuel for you to achieve. The second reason why people project their fears on us is because they see the potential in us and they don't want us to maximize that. Type of amen. They see the potential in us. They see that we can break through. They see that we can lift curses. They see that we can be successful. They see us many times better than we see ourselves. And because they grow up with us, yes, I grew up in the ghetto. So because they grow up with us and they know where we come from and they come from that place too, they don't want us to leave them there. But they don't want to level up and they don't want to grow up. So they want you to choose to stay where they are for them to be comfortable. But for the dream chaser out there, I want you to know that going after your dream is not about being comfortable. It's not about sitting in comfort. It's about stretching into your growth zone where you stretch yourself continuously. You continue to grow, to develop, to practice, to become an expert in your field. When you are an expert in your field and you act with integrity, you give more value than your clients expect from you, they will come for you. You will not be out there chasing business. Business will be chasing you because your reputation will precede you. You will have access to opportunities that you didn't even source out, that you didn't even know were available, because your character and your reputation far exceeded any limitation that anyone else placed upon you. And the final thing I want to say about the fears of others is sometimes it's really covert jealousy. I'm having a real conversation today. People look at our lives and they see that we have grown, we have invested in ourselves, that we are taking action towards these impossible goals that seem impossible to them. But for us, they are these big, gorgeous goals that we are hellbound on achieving. They look at that and they experience a sense of jealousy because they're trying to, they're like, why couldn't I do that? Why is her? Who is she connected to? Why does she have this opportunity? And they start to downplay all the work that you've done to elevate your life, all the work that you've done to become the best at what you do. They start bringing up your past and talking about all of the things that you used to be when you were 15 and 16, because they're covertly undercover jealous of what you are about to accomplish in your life. And I want you to know that, sis, don't take that on. Brother, don't take that on. Stay focused as you live life on your terms by putting first things first, understanding that success is found in your daily actions, understanding the difference between willpower and discipline. They are similar but different. Understanding that you have to organize your vision, understanding that you now have to take action on the how you've organized that vision, also understanding that to be successful at living life on your own terms, it means then that you will gradually begin to exist in your genius zone 75 to 95% of the time and outsource the things that don't bring you joy and eliminate the things that are not serving you well in life. I want to just say, hey, thank you for joining me on today's live. If you have not caught part one of our Gorgeous Goals Masterclass, go over to the Evolving Woman Facebook group, click join, answer the membership questions, get in the group. Week one was done last week, Thursday, and we talked all about the mindset around goal setting. And tonight, we are going to be talking all about aligned authority, because we talk about alignment a lot. Last week, we talked about the fact that you need to be visible in order to achieve your goals. And this week, tonight at 7 p.m., we're talking about how to be in aligned authority. It's okay to have authority, but to have gorgeous goals and achieve them, we need to have aligned authority. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you're not in the Evolving Woman Facebook group as yet, make sure that you jump over there, click the join button, answer the quick membership questions, and get in position for tonight's Gorgeous Goals Masterclass. See you then. Take care.